One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today.
Good evening. Good evening. I just wanted to jump on live real quick because I missed my window this morning. I have been busy getting all the details straight for this trip that we're leaving out for tomorrow. But I did want to come on really quickly. I wanted to jump on tonight and talk with you a little bit about just something that I have noticed that is happening quite a bit. And it is believed that it is affecting Gen Z and millennials more than anyone. But I'll be honest and say, there are Gen X people, there are boomer people that suffer from this as well. But because the rate of insecure attachment has gone up so drastically in the last 20, 25 years, we're seeing it more in millennials and in Gen Z. And so insecure attachment styles, that is actually what is causing all of the unrest within dating and relationships. So what was once believed, it was once believed that about 50% of people are insecurely attached and about 50% of people are securely attached. Okay, that was for a very long time. That was what people believed. So if you're one of the three insecure attachment styles, you're on that 50% side. Here's what you need to know about those two sides. So those are two different dating pools. Those dating pools rarely intersect. So if you are insecurely attached, if you are an anxious preoccupied, if you are a dismissive avoidant, if you are a fearful avoidant, it is unlikely, not impossible, but unlikely that you are going to meet and mate with someone who is a secure attachment style. That probably is not going to happen. The secure person is not going to tolerate the behaviors that come along with insecure attachment style. Okay, these people want stability. They want security. They want safety. They're good communicators. They're good at regulating their emotions. They're emotionally available. These are people who know how to get in healthy relationships, and they know how to maintain healthy relationships. They know how to apologize. They know how to be accountable. Okay? People who are insecurely attached, they struggle with trusting people. They struggle with being emotionally available. They struggle with regulating their emotions. They struggle with apologizing. They struggle with low self-esteem and being unworthy. Okay, so they have all these behaviors and these issues from these behaviors, and that is what keeps their dating life and their relationships so rocky. Okay, but now in 2024, it's been estimated that the insecurely attached people, they now outweigh the securely attached people. Like 65 to 70% of people are insecurely attached. And so this is like the first time in history that something like this has happened, where you have more people than not that don't have a clue. So that means that most of us don't have a clue about how to be in a healthy relationship. And we wonder why, why has dating gotten so hard? Why have things gotten so hard? And that's why, because there are more insecurely attached people than ever. And insecurely attached people, they suck at communicating. They suck at managing conflict. They have self-esteem issues, self-worth issues. They have all these issues, and that, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to stay in a healthy relationship with someone like this. And here's what we don't talk about enough, right? A lot of us love to demonize the dismissive avoidant. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I've dated a couple of dismissive avoidants myself. They are not fun. There's nothing fun about being with these people. But the truth is, the anxious, preoccupied people and the fearful, avoidant people, I mean, it's like I said, it's all the same wounding. It's just a different flavor. Okay? So if you're a person who hates ice cream, it doesn't matter if the ice cream is chocolate, doesn't matter if the ice cream is vanilla, doesn't matter if the ice cream is strawberry. It's all ice cream. Okay? It's all ice cream if you're lactose intolerant, right? So they all have their triggers, they all have their wounds, they all have their stuff. And that stuff makes being in a relationship with them very, very difficult. All right, she says, I believe people are shutting down because of past hurt. People are not as open to love due to being hurt. That's true. That's true. We are definitely seeing a high percentage of people that don't even believe in real love. Like they believe relationships are transactional. I just need to find someone to give me this and I'll give them this. Or I need to find someone that'll do this and I'll do this. Like the idea of serving your mate, serving your partner is like insane to people. Like doing something just for the love and sake of doing it. They're like, no, what am I going to get out of it? They don't have the best interests of the other person. And a lot of it's because they think the other person doesn't have their best interests. But again, that's your insecure attachment. So when you enter into relationships and you've already made up your mind that this other person is out to get you, that this other person is out to use you, that this other person does not have your best interests at heart, you are insecurely attached. That's what it's saying. You're insecurely attached, okay? Where are these labels coming from? Never had these back in the day. So attachment theory was created by John Bowlby. It's been around since the 70s or the 60s. Don't quote me on that. Maybe the late 60s, early 70s. Attachment theory has been around for a while. We are just now starting to bring it into the mainstream. It's been around for a long time, but we're just now starting to bring it out into the mainstream, and we're starting to talk about it more in spaces like this. That's just like how y'all, what was it, 2, 3, 4 years ago, y'all discovered the word narcissist, and you started calling everybody a narcissist. Narcissistic personality disorder has been in the DSM for over 60 years. But somehow, narcissists, y'all got a hold of that word. You got a hold of gaslighting. You got a hold of, what was the other one? It's another one. And, everybody started using it and making TikTok videos and all of that. But attachment theory has been around for many, many years. It's just now becoming something that's mainstream. But it's basically how your attachment style is formed from when you were a child. So when you were a baby, when you were a child, and it is determined by the level of emotional attunement that you got or not. So if you didn't get emotional attunement, if you were parentified, if you were ignored, if you were neglected, or if your parents were like helicopter parents and they were constantly smothering and you were a mesh with your parents and the other people in your family, like all this stuff has been around forever. Okay. Yeah. The ghosting, I think that's actually kind of a new word. When somebody just never called you back, we didn't call it ghosting back in my day. What did we call it? We called it something else. But if someone just disappeared off the planet and never called you again, we didn't call it ghosting, but it's been around forever. It's not new. People just falling off the face of the planet and not contacting you anymore is not new. It's not a new phenomenon. But because people are so insecurely attached, more people are doing it now more than ever. So think about it like this. People are not as emotionally mature. They are not, to me, they're not even physically mature. The fact that you have 30-year-old people that say they're too young to be parents, like that's weird. That's weird to me. Oh, I'm too young to be someone's mom or dad. 30 is too young to be married. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. You're a full-grown adult. You're a grown adult at 18 or 21. And you're 30 years old and you're trying to figure out if you want to have kids or want to get married. No, you're an adult. And this whole societal myth of how we're supposed to just waste 10 years of our life You're supposed to waste your entire 20s acting dumb and doing dumb stuff. Probably, look, a lot of y'all spend those 10 years making lifelong mistakes. That's why that's a dumb idea. You actually spend your 20s getting in more trouble. Instead of setting yourself up for lifelong success, you actually make some lifelong mistakes in your 20s. So we got to stop teaching that. We got to stop socializing people to believe that your 20s are a waste. It's just a waste. It's just, have fun, get drunk, sleep with whoever you want. No, why would you tell someone that? Why would you tell someone to waste 10 years of their life? That's like insane. What? No, you spend your 20s getting the rest of your life prepared. Like, you spend your 20s working hard, educating yourself, like preparing yourself for marriage, emotionally, physically, mentally. That's what your 20s should be spent doing. This whole idea of, hot girl summer and sleeping around and drinking and smoking, that's stupid. That's 10 years of your life that you can't get back. I was just saying, we just never heard from them. Yeah. I mean, we didn't have a fancy term, but yeah, pretty much. But yeah, we got to stop that. The society, just the stupid stuff we do now, it's very immature, very immature. I got on someone the other day about something that I deemed as petty. It's like people are proud of being petty. People are emotionally immature and they're proud of it. And that's just not how I was raised. That's not what I believed. I love being the bigger person. I love being the bigger person. I own the fact that I'm the bigger person, right? I'm not petty. I don't throw things up. I don't pull out people's I don't pull out people's past and all of that and throw it up in their face. I just don't understand that. To me, what is the point of that? What is the point of that? So that's what's funny to me when men are talking about, my woman, she used some stuff against me. She threw some stuff up into my face. I'm like, why? Why would anyone do that? And especially to someone they claim to love. Like, that don't make no sense to me, right? It just don't make no sense. When I hear grown men say they don't want marriage, it really speaks to their maturity level. Marriage brings responsibility and accountability to me. Agreed. I guess emotionally immature and emotionally unavailable are similar. They are very similar. You okay, buddy? I'm taking my dog to my mom's house because we're leaving out for London tomorrow. And he has a horrible, I don't know if it's a cough. I don't know what it is, but he's struggling back there. Yeah, it is. It's all in the same ballpark. People who are emotionally immature, emotionally stunted, emotionally unavailable, it's all in the same ballpark. But that is becoming the order of the day. Remaining like this lifelong adolescent and men who want to remain like a teenager forever. That's becoming the order of the day. Oh, get a fancy car and get a motorcycle and, get a bachelor pad and have sex with a bunch of women and get some stuff from, build a company or build a business and, get some accomplishments at work. Yeah, like that. I could do this forever. And to me, it's like, but you're never really growing up. You're never really growing up. You're never really taking on real responsibility. You're just in this extended adolescent state. It's weird to me. It's just weird. But we're seeing that in men. We're seeing it in women. That's the latest thing now. Look at all the women that don't want to have kids. Oh, I don't want to have kids. Oh, and making all these videos about all the fun stuff they did all day on Saturday. This is what life is like for a childless single woman. And oh, it's so great. And I get to sleep in till noon. And then I get to go to yoga. And then it's like, what is the point of life? What is the point of your life? Do you honestly think on your deathbed, these are the things you're going to tell people? Yeah, I've had such a great life. I got to sleep till noon and go to yoga and go to the farmer's market. And then I got to walk my dog. Like, honestly, you think this is the purpose and point of your life? No, it's not. It really isn't. And it's not, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but that's your whole That's the whole purpose of your being? It's weird. What is the attachment style when you get worried, when a man starts to pull back, when a man treats you well in the beginning but starts to fall off? I struggle with that. That is the anxious preoccupied. So if you want to know his attachment style, it's probably fearful avoidant or dismissive avoidant. Your attachment style would be anxious preoccupied. And we are seeing this a lot in women. We're now seeing it a lot in men. We're seeing people who are anxious preoccupied. So they need a lot of reassurance. They need a lot of closeness. They don't do well on their own. They don't do well with space. They have self-esteem issues, and, so there's a lot going on. My poor dog. Have a seat. Have a seat, buddy. So yes, 65. It's estimated that 65 to 70% of people now suffer from insecure attachment style. And so when you all say, yeah, people are messed up, most of the people out here are really messed up or don't want relationships or this or that. Yeah, 70% of them, no, they don't. 70% of them don't know, they don't have a clue how to have a healthy relationship. And those are the people, whether you find them on dating apps, whether you find them in real life, like they're everywhere. If I could be honest, they're not just on dating apps, although a lot of insecurely attached people are on dating apps. But they're everywhere, right? Anxiously attached people are on dating apps trying to make it work and wondering why. This is what the anxious preoccupied people do. They reach out on a dating app, and if you don't respond within 10, 15 minutes, they give you these question marks or what's going on? Hello? That is such an anxious attacher texting. I hate it. I hate it. As somebody who is now securely attached, nothing irritates me more than someone to text me and then 10 minutes later text me a row of question marks. Text me the word hello, question mark. So if I'm being honest, I'm not feeling the dismissive avoidance. I'm not feeling the anxious preoccupied. Like, I'm not feeling the fearful avoidance. Like, all the people who are insecurely attached, they got their issues. They got their issues. You'll see them fighting it out. They'll duke it out online about who's worse than who, but they all got their issues. And it's just like, really? Come on. There was a guy on TikTok who said a man would pull back on purpose to get you to chase them. He broke it down as a 3-month rule. But here's the thing. You have two options when a man pulls back. And I suggest you use both of them, right? If you are a securely attached person, you feel a man's energy pull away. Initially, I let him. I let the man pull away, right? I don't say anything. I don't do anything. If the behavior continues, the second thing I do is I address it. I actually use words and I say, hey, I've noticed a shift in your energy. I don't feel your energy coming towards me anymore. You're not as attentive. You're not reaching out as much. You don't seem as interested. Am I right? So see, I just speak on the elephant in the room. So initially, I allow him to pull away because maybe it's temporary. All men at some point will pull away. But if it continues, this happened to me in a relationship. The first week, I was like, okay, I'm going to give you some space. I'm going to back off. You got stuff going on with work. No problem. Right? And I'm off doing my thing. I got stuff going on. I'm just off doing my thing. Second week, I'm like, hey, we should try to, get up. We should try to do something, whatever. Oh, yeah, I've got all this stuff going on with work and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And so again, I'm good. I've got things to do myself. By the third week, now I'm calling out the elephant in the room. Like, something's clearly different. Okay? Something is clearly different. Please tell me what it is so that I can understand what's going on. But I call it out. Okay? Miss Court says, LOL, they're doing that on dating apps. If you don't respond to their messages, they'll unmatch after like a day. I can't be on that app all day, sir. Yeah, those are anxiously attached people. Or it's people it's primarily anxiously attached, if I'm being honest. It's anxiously attached people or people who are fearful avoidant in that new stage. They want things to move quickly. So that's one thing I want you to know. You will find out who's anxious attached because they want to move at the speed of light. They want an instant relationship. They want to come in, pour an ounce of water on you, and they want it to become an instant relationship. And as fast as it starts is as fast as it will end. So that's why I'm always telling women, do not be rushed. Please pace the relationship. Take your time, because as quickly as it starts is as quickly as it's going to end. Are we describing a relationship or the feeling out period? Either one. Either one. It doesn't matter if we're not even in a relationship. If we're in a talking stage and I feel your energy pull away or dissipate, I let it happen for a little while and then I speak on it. So you don't even have to be my man. We're just talking to each other. You liking me, you're calling, I'm calling, you're texting, I'm texting, and you start dropping off and I go, hey, how's your day? Fine. Oh, okay. Well, you want to get up? Yeah, I got a big project. I don't know. Right? I let that happen for about a week. And then I get curious because I don't want to make assumptions. And this is what I often tell women. Don't make assumptions, but ask questions. Why can't you ask questions? I do. Hey, I noticed there's a shift in the energy. All right. And this is what a lot of people will tell you. Well, the man has another woman. He could. He could also have 1,000,001 other things going on. Like, honestly, you're not going to know until you ask questions. You all are afraid to ask men questions. I don't understand that. Ask him the question very directly. Hey, is there something I should know? I'm noticing a shift in your energy. I'm noticing you don't seem as interested anymore. Say the very hard thing that for some reason y'all are afraid of saying. Just say it. Hey, there's a shift in your energy. Something's changed. I feel, things feel different. Is there something I should know? Right? That gives a man the opportunity to tell you the truth. If he doesn't, I don't know. It's not what you think, or nothing's going on. I'm not seeing anybody else, or blah, 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 blah. But if the behavior continues, you call it out and you say, this doesn't feel good. Right? This is a feminine communication skill. You say, this doesn't feel good. Something is different. Maybe we're not a good fit for each other. I'm really not sure, what's going on. And then you let it go. Let it go. Let him go. Let it go. But say that before you do it. Let him know you're an adult. This is what securely attached people do. They speak on it. They let people know, hey, this isn't cool. This doesn't feel good to me. Like, if we're supposed to be getting to know each other, we have to continue communicating. And right now, I'm not feeling any energy coming toward me. But you have to use words. And so before I cut a man clean off, I wish y'all had access to every one of my exes. I really do. I wish they would make some content of their own. And they're going to tell you exactly why Anita's not with them anymore. Every single one of them. Not one of them is going to say, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with Anita and I. She just stopped calling. She just stopped texting. Or she just stopped answering my text. No, they know why. They know exactly why. Because that's how I give myself closure. I say what I need to say, and irregardless of what he says in return, chapter closed, book closed. See, that's the closure. I don't need them to technically tell me anything. Guess what I've determined from the interaction? It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel positive. It's starting to make me feel confused. And what do I always tell you, ladies? Confusion is the first sign that this is probably not what you should be doing. That's not a good sign. If I use the word confused, your days are numbered. Because I don't like ambiguity. I don't like, being in the gray area all the time. I don't do well with that. I don't do well with uncertainty. So guess what? I'm going to give myself certainty by cutting you clean off. Because at least I can say, girl, I had to cut him clean off, and this is why, and this is what happened. Really, girl? Yep. See? That's the closure. That's the closure, okay? All right. One thing about me is I am a communicator. I broke up with my ex-boyfriend because I told him I didn't like something, yet he continued to do the same thing. I will always tell you how I feel. Same. So I don't understand. All right, my dog is just having a coughing fit. You okay? You want to get out? Want to get in the yard? All right, I'm going to put my dog in the yard. Hold on one second. Because, yeah, poor thing. Come on. My apologies. All right, I'm at my mom's house. I'm getting ready to go in a minute because I had to put my dog in the yard. Okay, right. The wishy-washy shouldn't happen once both parties agree to be in a relationship. Agreed. Agreed, but it does. It does. It's, I don't understand it. To me, okay, I think that back door is open. Once you make up your mind that you want to continue to pursue something, I actually don't understand the back and forth, the hot and cold. I don't understand it. Because to me, you've agreed to pursue something. So I don't understand why, yeah, I want to pursue it. Then you get in it and you're like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand that. Direct communication equals French. Okay. Example, please. Okay. I don't know what the example is about, but yeah, I just believe in, as women, we need to communicate in a way that says whatever is happening just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, and I try to use feelings words to express that. They're typically hot and cold before the relationship. Yeah, that's some men's MO. They are hot and cold before, during, and after. Like, that's just their MO. In and out, hot and cold, up and down. You know, it's just, I can't do it. So either you dig me or you don't, right? And this whole, I think I dig you, I'm not sure. Like, those men, I will just leave them alone. Like I said, I like giving myself certainty. I do. Example of when you directly communicated the issue. Okay, so here's an example of directly communicating the issue. If I'm in a relationship with a man and I've been very clear about my intention for the long-term relationship, my intention is to become a wife again one day. Okay, so I've now let that man know that if I'm going to continue to interact with him, it is leading to that ultimate intention. And so if a year in, 2 years in, and he's just like, well, I don't know. Then I say, well, then we're not on the same page. Unfortunately, we don't want the same thing. We are in a relationship with each other and we have two totally different outcomes. Your outcome is to continue to do this. My outcome is to be married and living, together as husband and wife. And so this can't continue. We have two different outcomes for this one relationship we are in. And so I just directly tell a person that, and then I leave them alone, right? And I go off in search of the outcome that I would like to get. That's all. Okay? I feel even if you are in the talking phase, the expectations should still be consistent. Why ask a woman's number if you aren't going to be consistent? Because, like I said, men will never leave women alone. And I want women to understand that. That's why you have to pick up your power. You have to pick up the being the guardian of the relationship, right? You have to pick up being a gatekeeper. This is how women are failing. You all are not taking your power. You're not taking your power. You're allowing a man, and whatever it is he wants you for, you're allowing that to determine what the relationship's going to be. It don't make no sense. I don't do that. I don't lead relationships. I don't tell men what to do. But what I do is I tell a man, like, hey, this is the pace we're going to go. This is what sex or no sex is going to look like. Like, I control what I can control. And that's what women are not doing. You all are you're giving your number to men that don't know what they want or don't want what you want. You're allowing those men to call you. You're going out with them. You're calling and talking to them on the phone and texting them all day and night. You're eventually sleeping with them. And forget the fact that what you want and what he wants is totally different. See, that's on a woman. Stop doing that. As soon as I find out a man is unsure about if he want to get married again, oh, okay, well, this has been lovely. It's been nice getting to know you. I cut him clean off. I'm good. This is pointless. This is pointless. Unless you want to be a really great friend, this is completely pointless what we're doing. We are going in two different directions. You're going up to New York and I'm going to Miami. Okay? So that's it. That's it. But that's a woman thing. Because mind reading is usually the typical response. No, I'm very direct. Very direct. You gonna know. Like I said, I wish I had a list of exes and you just put a microphone. So why'd you and Anita break up? I'll tell you. Well, because I was cheating. Well, because I was neglecting her. We wasn't doing nothing. And, I was too deep in my work. I was, this and that. Or, oh, she found out I had 5 kids by 5 different women. Or, like, yeah, they know. They know. It's not a mystery. They're not out there sitting around going, oh, I don't know why Anita put me down. They know why I put them down. Everybody know. Everybody know why I put them down. You lie too much. You cheat. Okay? You're neglectful. That's the number one reason. The neglect. I just can't do the neglect. I'm an awesome partner to a man. Men grow. They grow when they're with me. And the fact that you just gonna treat me regular, I can't do it, y'all. I can't. I am not a mediocre woman. And I do not want mediocre treatment. As soon as it starts going in that direction, I'm like, hey, like, this is starting to feel like, mediocre. Like, this starting to feel less than. Like, what's happening? Let's not do that. So that I can't do it, y'all. I can't. Stop trying to be one way at the beginning and being another way once you in it. I just don't like that. I don't like that. And I don't ask for much. So, I can't do it. All right. Miss Court said, I learned this. A man had a big problem with me wanting to be a stay-at-home mom one day, but he still pursued me. I was the one that had to cut it off. Still sends messages even though our values differ. Because when are y'all going to learn? These men will wear you down. That is their entire intention, is to change your mind, is to get you to abandon yourself and your values and what you really want. And it's up to you to say, no, thank you. This is what I, require. This is my standard. These are my values. That's it. And the women who are doing the opposite of that, that's why we're in this predicament. Because men are like, well, somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to roll over. Somebody's going to take it. Somebody's going to put up with all this mess. If you stop doing it, stop putting up with mess, stop allowing a man to talk you out of what it is you want or need, then it will stop. Once the bar goes up, once the price is the price, either you have the money to pay or you don't. That's it. But a man coming up to me or flirting with me or coming in my DM, okay. Y'all act like that means something. It's nothing until I say it's something. I get to vet this man. I get to determine if I entertain him or not. Y'all act like y'all are beholden to entertain a man that come up to you. You are not. You are not. Just because a man builds up the courage to send me a message, I am not beholden to be with him. I'm not beholden to date him. I'm not beholden to talk to him. You will be put through the vetting process like every man I know. And guess what? Most won't make it. They won't make it through because we're incompatible, because we don't have shared values, we don't have shared morals, we don't want the same thing. We don't want the same outcome for this whole exchange. So that's it. That's it. Women have got to get stronger. You've got to get stronger. Okay, let's not man bash. Okay, you do know my platform is for women, right? I've made that very clear for 4 years. My platform started for me to talk to women. I allow men to be over here, but this is technically a woman's platform. This is all about teaching women what they need to know to be their best feminine self. This is all about teaching women how to, behave in dating and in relationships and in life. This is all about teaching women their worth and their value and how to self-respect and how to self-love, okay? I allow men on my platform, okay? But my platform is technically for women. And I am speaking to women about things that women need to know about men, okay? For the most part, I am fair and objective. But what will sometimes put a bee in my bonnet is if men come over to this platform and tell me how I need to create content, how I need to speak, what I need to say. That will get you shown the door, because this is technically a platform for women. That's all. Okay? I would rather a guy start off at level 0 than start off at 100 and end up at 0, and that's what they do. That's why I'm not impressed with how a man treats me in the beginning. Precisely. And like I said, you pace him. I tell a man, if you call me 3 and 4 times a day, I'm going to put an end to that. And what a lot of men don't understand is, oh, so you're not interested in him. No, it's not that. I will not be rushed. I will not be love bombed. I am very interested in you, but you calling 3 or 4 times a day, or you texting multiple times a day when I have a job, when I have a business, when I have a family, when I have a household, when I have lots of other things to do, and you texting and then 15 seconds or 15 minutes later texting a bunch of question marks, that will not fly. That will not fly with me. Okay? And I'm going to tell you that with words. I'm going to tell you with words how that makes me feel. All right? Now, if he is put off by that, if he doesn't like that, then we're done. And Anita is perfectly fine. No sweat has come off my brow whatsoever. Okay? But if this man chooses to pursue me, guess what? I'm the other person in the relationship. I'm the other person on the other end. So I don't get to just accept whatever it is he gives me, because I'm actually the other person. You see how that works? Okay? See how that works? All right, sure. Men get to vet us too. Absolutely. Absolutely. You all get to vet us too. Okay? But I can give you plenty of other male platforms where they'll teach you how to do that. Yes, a man should vet a woman. But because you all tend to be the pursuers, because you all have 30 times more testosterone than us, and you all are out looking for tail, you all are out trying to feed your lust, we don't find very many women pursuing men like that. You have some women who will do it, but feminine women do not pursue men. We don't come in men's DMs. We don't send messages. We don't tell men how good they look and how good their beard look. We don't do that. We don't pursue men. We position ourselves. We are sweet. We are feminine. We are kind. We are loving and nurturing and all the things. And men take notice of that, and they come into our DM. They try to talk to us. They, do nice things for us. They hold the door open. They buy coffee. That's what typically seems to happen. Okay? So, yes, I want women to be good gatekeepers. Be a good gatekeeper of your body. Be a good gatekeeper of your time, your energy, your essence. Okay? There are some men right now that are not worth a phone call. There are some men right now, I will not respond to their text. They are not worthy of a 3-second respond to their text. Whether it's because they're crass, whether it's because they're rude, I don't acknowledge people all day long. And I want women to start doing that. There are some men in your life that don't even require a response. Remember, no response is a response, ladies. Okay? Although men do put women in categories, we as women can control on how we allow men to treat us. Once you see the signs of BS, it's time to go. Precisely. That's it. Precisely. But you have to be knowledgeable in the ways of healthy femininity. And a lot of women are not. They have zero knowledge. You didn't get it from your grandmother, your mother, your auntie. You have zero knowledge. You really, there are women that I coach that they really think that because a man is pursuing them, they have to go along with it. I'm like, no. They've never, how about this? There are women that I've coached that have never broken up with a man. They've never told a man no. They've never said, you know what? I don't think we're a good fit for each other. That's a foreign language to them. And I do that all day, every day. I have no problem telling men no. I have no problem telling men, yeah, I don't think we're a good fit for each other. You're a perfectly lovely person, just not for me. No problem whatsoever. Because we have to know our worth and our value. We have to have self-respect. We have to know ourselves. I know myself at this age. I know what type of man will work for me and what won't. That's it. Also, just because a man has money and looks good doesn't make him a quality man. Amen to that. A lot of men nowadays are not God-fearing and lack character. Amen to that. 70%, 80%. I'm looking for character more than anything now. Yeah. And look at the numbers. Look at how the numbers are dwindling. Because men really do think their success hinges on money, status, power, business success. That's what they think it makes a man good or high value. Not the fact that, he's a good father. His wife is happy. His kids are well-mannered, right? He has a mother and father that are well taken care of. He has people in the community talking about what a good person he is. They don't even count that. They feel like if a man doesn't have money, oh, he's not a high-value man. Okay, y'all can play that game if you want. But it's a whole lot of men out here that are chasing the wrong thing. Okay, so please be careful and vet every man. I don't care how fine he is. I don't care how good he smells and he has all the things you want. Vet him. And you will, especially over time, you're going to find out who you're really dealing with. I have dated many a man that appeared to be gold and it turned out to be fool's gold. It wasn't real. It was gold plated. Okay, all you got to do is let time wear on it and rub on it, and that gold gonna come right off. You got brass, you got steel, or you got aluminum under there. It's not real gold. But time will tell you everything you need to know. Keeping your legs closed, that'll help. You can determine the true character of a man real quick by not having sex with him. And if he have a complete and utter hissy fit, there you go. There you go. I'm not interested in you. I'm not interested in your mind. I'm not interested in your heart. I'm here for something else. We always talk about wife material, but we don't talk about husband material. There are many men that I would not marry. Yeah. Well, because nowadays most men don't want to get married, but that's a whole nother conversation. I've tried having that conversation many times. But I'm always going to advocate for marriage. That is what we need to be doing. That is what's going to turn the community and the world around is marriage. So I'm going to keep advocating for that. All right. Okay. I am dropping my dog off. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Remember that if you are not subscribed to my Instagram platform, you will not be able to see this live in its entirety unless you're over on YouTube. So head on over to YouTube if you want to see the entirety of this video. Okay, it should be up later tonight. And I will be taking a break. So as of tomorrow, I'll be flying out, to New York and then to London. I will be on a break for 7 days. I'm going to try to enjoy this little brief social media break. I really will. But I want you all to have a great night. Thank you so much for joining. And as always, stay open to love.